looking up at the stars, I mean, it just reminds you of how vast it is out there. But to look up and actually see the space station, it doesn't really look like an airplane and it doesn't really look like a star. It really stands out when you see it. And then you remember, I know people up there. There are humans in that. It really is an amazing reminder of what we can do when we put our differences aside and pick up our humility and our willingness to work together. We can literally do anything.
Commander Glover is an outstanding individual. He loves people, he loves life, he loves his family, and he loves Cal Poly. And we couldn't be more proud to award Victor Glover the Sandra Ogren Leadership Award. Victor Glover was selected as an astronaut in 2013 out of 6,000 candidates. That's amazing.
I am currently assigned to what we refer to as the mission called Crew 1. It is the first long-duration flight of the SpaceX Crew Dragon. And so we're going to launch from Kennedy Space Center to the International Space Station. And we haven't done that since 2011, so somewhere in the vicinity of 10 years, roughly a decade, we will be at the space station for 6 months. We will conduct the scientific research, the basic space station maintenance, as well as potentially spacewalks. You know, when we're up there, we are one of the primary experiments. Working and living in space gives us tons of data about going out and further expanding our presence in the cosmos. So being able to go to Mars and spend years off the surface of the Earth and potentially away from the influence of gravity.
Victor is the epitome of learn by doing. He tackled so many things when he was in college. First of all, he literally wrestled people to the ground. He was a student athlete and an engineer.
Cal Poly was so many good memories. I met my wife there, so that's, got to say that first. I know they say it, and I know so many other places do too, but I felt it, I experienced it. Cal Poly really cares about students, especially undergraduate students. Still to this day, those days wrestling at Cal Poly pop into my mind. The greatest physical challenge for me in the astronaut office is spacewalk training. In the neutral buoyancy lab, when I am in the water, I am constantly thinking about the next move, the right approach angle, and it very much feels like wrestling. That intense, first period, second period, third period, being on the mat. The only difference is now your opponent is physics and mechanics. It's just not another human being out there.
As president of Cal Poly, I get to interact with a tremendous number of successful alumni and supporters of Cal Poly, but I count myself very fortunate to be able to count Victor Glover as a friend. Even with his busy schedule, as he's training to be a Cal Poly alumnus in space, Victor still finds time to be on the advisory boards for the College of Engineering and for our athletics program. Victor is a true leader.
Cal Poly Proud is really a lifestyle of being a proud former Mustang.
I think back when I was a young kid, and I remember watching Neil Armstrong walk on the moon. One small step, the whole thing. And now to think about in the future, we're going to be looking up and we're going to know that Victor Glover's in space. That's amazing. That really is Cal Poly Proud material.